we should concentrate on our real business. Our real business is to qualify ourselves to return back home, back to Godhead, back to the spiritual world, back to the Vaikuntha Loka. This is the purpose of life. All of you have mostly, I can see, you have come from India. And our culture is simple living and high thinking. This culture you won't find in this country, in US and all over North America and Europe. They don't think that purpose of life is simple living and high thinking. They think purpose of life is to eat, to drink and be merry. More they try to eat, to drink and be merry, more they suffer, more so many problems. Actually, spiritual life begins from here, that I am not this body. We are not these bodies. Bodies are temporary. Doesn't matter according to our karma, man's body or woman's body, temporary body. So, through this temporary body, we should not try to chewing the chewed, but which is already chewed, we should not try to chew that again. Material world, there's no happiness here. We want happiness, that is our nature, but we are looking for a happiness in a wrong place. This material world is a wrong place. As Lord Sri Krishna mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, Mam upetya punarjanama dukkhalyam shashvatam. Those who are born, they are going to die. And this material world is a place of miseries. When Supreme Lord Sri Krishna is declaring this material world a place of miseries, then where is the question of happiness? If we try to find happiness here, that is our gross ignorance. So by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, who is sent by Krishna to give this Krishna consciousness to the whole world, and fortunate people from all over the world following Srila Prabhupada. And we can perfect our life by following Srila Prabhupada. Perfection is that we become conscious of Krishna, we come to the lotus feet of Krishna, we practice detachment from this miserable material world and attach ourselves with the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. But our actions are such, we are becoming more and more attached to this miserable material world and becoming detached from Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, when he started this movement here in the West, and by his purity, by his Shakti of Bhakti, he impressed the people of this part of the world. Those who are busy in merry-making and enjoying, they became very impressed by Srila Prabhupada. And they took to this Krishna consciousness very seriously. Prabhupada uttered once these words. He said that these Westerners, boys and girls, they're very far from Krishna. But they have turned their face towards Krishna. They're heading towards Krishna. And Indians are very close towards Krishna, but they have turned their back towards Krishna. They're going away from Krishna. Is that right? Ramacharya? Is that right or wrong? Mataji, is right, wrong? So we have to turn our face towards Krishna. So I am going to sing one bhajan because this book I have to hold. Somebody can play the harmonium? Huh? No? Huh? Okay. You sit down, sit down. Right. Okay. जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की। गोविंदा गोविंदा गोविंदा। ए मन दुर्मति संसारा भीतरे, पड़िया आचीनु आमी। ए मन तवानी जान कौन महाजने, तवानी पठाया दिले तुमी, पठाया दी। ए मन दुर्मति संसारा भीतरे, पड़िया आचिनु आमी। दया करी मोरे पति का देखिया, कहिले आ मरे गिया, कहीं ओहे दीन जन सुन भाल कथा, ओहे दीन उल्लासित हवे हिया, उल्लास। ए मन दुर्मति संसारा भीतरे, पड़िया आचीनो आमी। तुम्हारा तारिते श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य, नवदीपे अवतार। तुम्हारा तारिते श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य, नवदीप। तुम्हें न कथा दीनहीन जन, तुम्हें करी लेना भव पार, करी। ए मन दुर्मति संसारा भीतरी, पड़िया आचीनो आमी। वेदेर प्रतिज्ञा राखी बार तरे, वेदेर प्रतिज्ञा राखी बा। रुक्मा बारन विप्रसूता, रुक्मा महाप्रभु नामे नदिया मातायन, संगे भाई अवधूता, संगे ए मन दुर्मति संसारा भीतरे, पड़िया आचिनो आमी। ए मन नंद सुता जिनी चैतन्य गोसाई नंद नंद सुता जिनी चैतन्य गोसाई नंद निज नाम करिदान तारीला जगत तुमी ओ जाया लहो निजा परित्राण लहो निजा ए मन दुर्मति संसारा भीतरे पड़िया आचिनो आमी ए मन से कथा सुनिया आसिया छीना से कथा तुम्हारा चरण तले भक्ति विनोद कांदिया कांदिया अपना कहानी वाले अपना ए मन दुर्मति संसारा भीतरे पड़िया आचिनो आमी ए मन थैंक यू कीप लाइक दिस डोंट क्लोज ए मन दुर्मति संसारा भीतरे पड़िया आचिनो आमी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 Everyone, please chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय राधा गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय 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 गोविंद जय गोविंद जय गोविंद जय गोविंद जय गोविंद जय गोपाल जय गोपाल जय गोपाल जय गोपाल राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम सीताराम 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 राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम सीताराम 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 गोविंद जय जय, गोपाल जय जय, राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय गो। जय गोविंद जय गोविंद जय गोविंद जय गोविंद। Louder everyone. जय गोविंद जय गोविंद जय गोविंद जय गोविंद। जय गोपाल जय गोपाल जय गोपाल जय गोपाल। राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम। सीताराम 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 सीताराम। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरि बोल हरि बोल। निताय गौरंगा निताय गौरंगा निताय गौरंगा गौर हरि। जय सचिनंदन जय सचिनंदन जय सचिनंदन गौर हरि। गौरा गौरा गौर हरि, पतिता पावन गौर हरि गौ। हरि वाह। निताय गौरंगा निताय गौरंगा निताय गौरंगा गौर हरे। हरि वाह। जय सचिनंदन जय सचिनंदन जय सचिनंदन गौर हरे। जय सचिनंदन जय सचिनंदन जय सचिनंदन गौर हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल। Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Everybody hands up. Those who want to return back home, back to Godhead. Everybody wants?
Yes, sir.
Mataji also wants? Yes. Oh, yeah, very good, very good. Very good, daughter, very nice. So, those who want, they have to jump when I say. And touch the roof, you know. Our Lord Gauranga, you know, he is to all the time dancing and chanting. When I will say, then you have to jump up and touch the roof. Nitai Gaur Premanande. First say Hari Hari Bol, then I will say, then you have to jump. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Nitai Gaur Premanande. No. Hari Bol. No, anybody touch the roof? You did? Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol! So, you have to touch from here, not from there. He really wants to go back home, back to God. Very good. Come from here, touch, jump. Yes, very good. Yeah, where there is will, there is way. Yeah, very good. Again, Haribo! Once more.
Once again to try. Little bit backward.
Haribo! Very good.
With the mercy of devotees, I can do.
Very good. Yeah. Both hands. Haribo! Very good, very good. Thank you very much, everybody. Please sit down. Devotees, this is a beautiful song sung by our great Vaishnavacharya, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur Maharaj. Bhaktivinoda Thakur Maharaj was a pure devotee. What is the meaning of a pure devotee? Pure devotee means who is free from all material desires. As long as we have material desires, those material desires are going to bring us into this material world again and again. Our Acharya Srila Rupa Goswami, you know, he was the finance minister 500 years back in the government of Nawab Hussain Shah. But when he met Lord Chaitanya, finance ministry, he left. And he has so much wealth, one boat was filled with gold coins. And he renounced everything. Devotees, as long as we stay attached to this miserable material world, then keep in mind, then again we will come back to this material world. Try to understand, this material world is not a place for a gentleman to live. Is it a good place? Yes? Mataji's? It's not a good place. This material world, you know, place of miseries, and we all have to leave one day from here. Janama mritu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanu darshanam. Lord Sri Krishna is saying, birth is horrible, mritu is not good, Death is not good. Old age is not good. Disease are not good. Nothing is good in this material world. But out of ignorance, we are trying to tune the tuned. So, our great Acharya, who was free from all these vices, he has written this bhajan. Actually, this Krishna consciousness movement he is the founder, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And he did his best to spread Krishna consciousness around the world. He sent one book about Lord Chaitanya, his teachings and percept. In the McGill University in the US, also several places, he sent this book in English. He was a very learned scholar. Same time, he was a great devotee of Krishna. So, to become devotee of Krishna, to return back home, back to Godhead, we have to become humble. And why we are not humble? If I examine myself, I will find that I am a very puffed up person. Why I am puffed up? Because I am busy in sense enjoyment. Devotees, brothers and mothers, sense enjoyment is on the bodily platform. And spiritual life begins from here. I am not this body. I am soul and I am part and parcel of Super Soul Sri Krishna. So, we have to understand this. We have to understand this, and body has 6 major changes. Body takes birth, grow, produce some byproduct children, stay stationary, then dwindle, old age, and then die. The body has 6 major changes. This body, though it is useless, but it can become useful if through this body we cultivate Krishna consciousness. We become devotee of Govinda. We come to the shelter of Govinda. We should respect, in India, devotees worship demigods, Devi Devta, puja karte hain log. We worship Devi Devtas. We should respect Devi Devtas also, but worship only Krishna, only Govinda. Krishna has said this in Bhagavad Gita. He said, Sarv dharman paritajye mamekam sharanam brija aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksha shami mashacha. Give up all varieties of religion and just come to my shelter. What I will do? Aham tvam sarva papebhyo. I shall deliver you from the reaction of your all sinful actions. Only Krishna can do, nobody else can do. In our south, in Tamil Nadu, Lord Shiva is also worshipped. Many people worshipped. You know what Shiva is saying? Well, Lord Shiva said, he uttered these words, Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi jananam, punarapi janani, jathare shainam. Iha sansare बहु दुस्तारे इहा संसार कृपा ही पारे पाही मुरारे भज गोविंदम भज गोविंदम भज गोविंदम भज मूढ़ मते गोविंदम. Lord Shiva is saying, oh fool, he is calling all of us fools. Are we fool or not? Huh? Only this highest jumper said, yes, everybody else say, quite. In different degrees, we are all fools. I will prove just now by the mercy of Govinda. Because why we are fools? We are trying to make a permanent home in a temporary situation. Yes?
Yes.
So we are fools. Doesn't matter man or woman. So Shiva, Lord Shiva is saying, a foolish man, Moodmate means fool. You are dying again and again. You are coming in the womb of your mother again and again. This is the bad effect of this material world. Life in the womb of mother is very miserable. This is the bad effect of this material world. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Punarapi janani jatare shainam. Iha sansare bahudustare. This is the bad effect of this material world. Now what you should do? Kripai pare pahi murare. Try to have the mercy of Lord Sri Krishna. One of Krishna's name is Murari. You know this? All of you know? No? He killed the demon named Mura. Let us utter his name few times. I will say Krishna Murari and you will say Girvardhari. What is you know? The lifter of Govardhan hill. Krishna Murari, Krishna Murari, Girvardhari, Girvardhari, Girvardhari. Govind Jai Jai, Govind Jai Jai, Gopal Jai Jai, Gopal Jai Jai, Gopal Jai Jai. Krishna Murari, Girvardhari, Girvardhari, Girvardhari. Devotees, Lord Shiva is saying, worship Murari, Krishna Murari, who is the killer of Mura demon. Krishna Murari Girvardhari, who lifted the Govardhan hill on the small finger for 7 days. Only Govinda can do, nobody else can do. Can anybody lift this table on this finger? Maybe only for 5 minutes. Can one do? Nobody. Many claims to be a God, I am God. But they are not God, they are dogs. Govinda is only God, nobody else is God. And he proved himself by lifting Govardhan hill, by showing his universal form. He is the only owner, controller and enjoyer. He is saying that you worship Govinda, worship only Govinda. Bhaj Govindam, Govindam bhaj Moodmate. 3 times Lord Shiva is saying, worship only Govinda. Lord Govinda only can deliver us from the cycle of birth and death. Nobody else can. So devotees, we have to come to the shelter of Govinda. You can take the help of Lord Shiva. You can take the help of Mother Parvati. You can take the help of Ganpati. You can take the help of other demigods. But by their help, come to the shelter of Govinda. He can only deliver you. Nobody else can. So here in this bhajan, which is sung by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who is a pure devotee and very, very stalwart preacher of Krishna consciousness, who was free from all material desires. He was a family member, but he has planted the seed of this Krishna consciousness. And by his mercy, what was his mercy? In 1896, he predicted in future Acharya is going to appear, who is going to take this Krishna conscious all over the world. You know who is that Acharya? Anybody knows? Raise your hand. Yes, Mataji. Yes. He predicted 1896. He predicted same year Prabhupada appeared in 1896. And he performed great austerity. For your kind information, though I am not very qualified, but I had Prabhupada's personal association. I was his personal servant. Used to travel with him. He gave me his association. Very kind personality. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, E mana durmati samsara bhi tere padi yaad ami. I was so foolish that I came to this miserable material world. Why we came to this miserable material world? Because I wanted to enjoy independent of Krishna. We can't enjoy independent of Krishna. Just like you take fish out of water and give fish all kind of material facilities. Fish will survive? No. She will flop. And if you put back her to the water, she will survive. Similarly, we can be only happy if we come to the lotus feet of Krishna. It is mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna bhuliya jeev bhog vansha kare, pashete maya tare, chapatiya tare. Jeev, after forgetting Krishna, he wanted to enjoy this material world. So Krishna is very kind, very, very kind, very merciful. Don't think that Krishna punishes us. No, our karmas punish us. Krishna is very merciful. So he doesn't force anybody. He says, oh, you want to enjoy it, then go to the material world. Nobody will be there to check you. Still he is so kind. He come to this material world also. Time to time. In Satyuga he came as a Hansa avatar. Treta Yuga came as a Rama. Dwapar Yuga he came as Krishna. And Kali Yuga came as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So devotees, he is very merciful. He is saying, I was so foolish, I fell into this miserable material world because I wanted to enjoy separate of Krishna. Then he is saying, Tava nija jana, kona mahajane, pathaya dile tumi. Then Lord sent his great devotee, pure devotee in this material world. And this pure devotee, what he did? Daya kari more patita dekhiya. He saw me, I am very fallen. Kahile amare ki. I came close to me and said to me, he said that, O he deen jan, O fallen soul, shun bhala katha. I am telling you very nice story. What is that story? Nice katha. I am telling you some very nice thing. What is that? Ullasit havehiya. You will be very pleased in your heart. Your heart will be pleased by hearing this, by hearing what I am saying. What is that? Tomara tarite Sri Krishna Chaitanya Navdeepe Avatar. To deliver you from the cycle of birth and death, Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared in the Navdeep Dham for our deliverance. Because we foolish people of Kali Yuga want to make a permanent home in a temporary situation which is not possible, but then go to the cycle of birth and death, which is very, very painful for the soul. Change different bodies is not very good. Stay in the womb of the mother, packed in a cellophane bag. Can you imagine if somebody packed me you or he, she, in a cellophane bag, hanged upside down, how it will be? It will be good? Very bad, very troublesome. So he's saying that ओहे दीन जन सुन भाल कथा उल्लासित हवे हिया तुम्हारा तारीते Sri Krishna Chaitanya. To deliver you from the nations of this material world, Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared in Navdeep Dham. Navdeep Dham ki, Mayapur Dham ki. There are 9 processes of devotional service. There are 9 islands. Haribol, do jara. 9 islands, Navdweep, and one dweep is Mayapur. In those Navdeep Dham, different activities are performed by the Lord, by the devotees, and they pray for deliverance. And Navdeeps are Antardeep. Antardeep is one first to surrender to the lotus feet of Krishna, Atmanivedan. Simantadeep. Simantadeep is to hear the glories of the Lord. Second is Simantadeep, hear the pastime glories of the Lord. Then third one is Godrumdeep. Godrumdeep is Kirtan. The Kirtan is chanted. Nadiya gadru mein nitya nand mahajan. Nadiya gadru mein nitya nand mahajan. Patiya che naam hata jive re karan. Patiya नदिया गद्रू में नित्यानंद महाजान. नदिया गद्रू में पतिया चे नाम हटा जीवे रे कारण. पतिया चे नदिया गद्रू में नित्यानंद महाजान. श्रद्धावान जन है श्रद्धावान जन. प्रभु राज्ञा भाई मांगे भिक्षा. प्रभु राज्ञा भाई बोलो कृष्ण भजो कृष्ण करो कृष्ण शिक्षा. नदिया गद्रू में नित्यानंद महाजान. अपराध शून्य है लहो कृष्ण नाम. कृष्ण माता कृष्ण पिता कृष्ण धन प्राण. नदिया गद्रू में नित्यानंद महाजान. कृष्णेरा संसार करो छाड़िया नाचार. जीवे दया कृष्ण नाम सर्वधर्म सार. जीवे दया नदिया गद्रू में नित्यानंद महाजान. नदिया Nityananda Mahajan. Devotees, in Godrum Deep, which is the Deep of Kirtan, Lord Gauranga, Lord Chaitanya, Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya, and his elder brother Nityananda, both were in Puri, Jagannath Puri. They were chanting, dancing. They are in the role of their own devotee. One day, most merciful Lord Gauranga, sitting, and his elder brother was there in front of him. He said, Shripad, we are chanting, dancing here in the Shri Kshetra, but what will happen to the fallen souls? What do you want? I want you to go and preach, beg people to chant Hare Krishna. Then you go to the Navdeep Dham and beg people, ask them to chant Hare Krishna. Ask this this bhiksha of the holy name. Nityananda said, I can't do this. I can't leave you. So then Supreme Lord said, if you will not go and preach, then how the fallen soul will be saved? So then Nityananda, Lord Nityananda, who's Balaram, he said, you save the fallen soul, I can't leave you. Then Lord Chaitanya, he didn't say anything, put his head down and tears sliding down from his cheeks, He is crying for all of us because we all belong to him. We are all children of Govinda. We are all children of Krishna. When Lord Nityananda saw the tears gliding down from his cheeks, his younger brother, who is Krishna himself, who is Govinda, so he can't see. If you love somebody, you can't see him crying. So he said, okay, what do you want me to do? You go and ask people to chant Hare Krishna, beg this arm from them. Okay, I will do. It's a long katha, but I will make it short. Then he came, he's saying, Nadiya, Kadrumen, in the Godrum Deep, he's begging people, Nadiya Gadrume, Nityananda Mahajan, Pati Yache Nam Hata, Jive Re Karan. He has opened a marketplace of the holy name. Name was sold. What was the price of name? Price was Shraddhavan, O people of Shraddha. Everybody understands Shraddha? How you translate Shraddha in English? Faith. O people of faith, O people of faith. By the order of my worshipable Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prabhu Agya Mahaprabhu has ordered me, O people of faith, just chant again. People of faith, Prabhu Agya Bhai Mange Bhiksha. I am asking this bhiksha from all of you. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Karo Krishna Shiksha. Chant the name of Krishna, say the name of Krishna, tell others about Krishna. Then he is saying, Aparadha shunno hai. We should not commit offenses. As long as we are offensive, then no progress on the path of devotion. We will make progress towards the death, but we won't make any spiritual progress. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna. Then he's saying, Krishnera samsar karo, chadi anachar. Other than cultivating Krishna consciousness, whatever else we are doing is a waste of time. It's just like anachar, bekar, useless. Krishnera samsar karo, chadi anachar, jive daya Krishna naam sarv dharm sar. If you give people to the people of this world holy name, like our Gurudev did, started from New York, he used to chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Ram, Devotees, brothers and mothers, this movement was started from this chanting. And who was surrounding Prabhupada in Tompkins Square Park? Underneath one tree, very big tree, hippies. Those who were fed up from the materialistic way of life, and they didn't know what to do and what not to do. They have become hippie means no bathing, no clean cloth, no time of eating, just like animal. They became like animal, but then they became horrible. But by becoming animal, anybody can be happy? No. They became horrible. The Prabhupada, those hippies used to come and sit in that park, New York. And when Prabhupada, his voice was so sweet, melodious because he's a pure devotee, his voice has a Shakti. And hippies surrounding around, boys and girls, they come and sit around him. He will chant for some time and then speaks for half an hour. Then he asks anybody any question. This is the way this movement was started. So Kirtanam, all of you should do Kirtan at your home, wherever you are. Chant Hare Krishna, chant the name of Govinda. You will be very happy and the house will be transformed in the spiritual world, Right now, we are going away from Krishna. This is our misfortune. You have come to this country from Andhra Pradesh, from Tamil Nadu, yes? Andhra Pradesh? Tamil. Tamil தெரியுமா? Tamil கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம் தெரியும். என்ன சமாச்சாரம்? நல்ல சமாச்சாரம். So, devotees, you have come from South India. You know what Prabhupada said about South India? He said, South Indians are the only one, those who are keeping the Hindu culture. In the north and west, people are South Indians. Prabhupada praised South Indians. So why, after coming here, don't give up your culture. You have given up your land, but don't give up your culture. Your boys and girls, make them Krishna conscious, give them. I will tell you one thing. Prabhupada, when he came to US, one yogi from India came to see Prabhupada. He said, Swamiji, what for you have come here? He said, I have come here to preach Krishna consciousness. What do you mean by Krishna consciousness? Prabhupada said, 4 regulative principles, no meat, fish, eggs, onion, garlic, whatever you eat, you offer to Krishna. The first, second principle is no intoxication, no liquor, no wine, no tobacco, no cigarette, no tea and no coffee. Third principle, brahmacharya vrat, no illicit sex life. Fourth, no gambling, no mental speculation. So this man, he said, Swamiji, your rules and regulations are very difficult. If you want to preach to the Americans, then you should put on trouser and shirt and learn to eat with a knife and fork. You know what Prabhupada replied? He said, I didn't come here to follow them. I came here to make them follow me. And he did this. Here is the one model, stand up. See Prabhupada's follower? Shota Shikha? Oh my God. But she is dhoti, kurta, tilak. Gradually Shikha. This is the mercy of Prabhupada. And we are becoming westernized, it's not good. So Prabhupada, he was very powerful personality. I have seen him very closely. I was his personal servant. I saw him very, very closely. Such a great soul is very rare. So, in Godrumdeep, Lord Nityananda preached and made people devotees there. Then, Madhyadeep, Sumaranam, remembering the Lord. Koldeep, Path Sevanam, serving the lotus feet of Lord. Ritudeep, Archanam, doing the puja. Then Janudeep, Vandanam. Modrum Deep, Dasyam. And Rudra Dweep, Sakhyam, these 9 deep, and Lord Nityanand came to the Godrum Deep. He preached there and made many devotees. Then he's saying that Daya kari more patita dekhiya kahile amare, that's finished. Toma, he said, Tomar tarite Sri Krishna Navdeep avatar, Toma hena kata, deen heen jane, kari lena babapar. Lord Chaitanya has appeared to deliver all of us from the nations of this material world, from the cycle of birth and death. Devotees take shelter of Lord Chaitanya, and you will see the difference. If the Westerners, those who never heard the name of Krishna, they are mad after Krishna. Are you mad after Krishna? Yes? Yes, he is mad. Single mad, double mad. Double? Very good, very good. Then he is saying, Bedere pratigya rakhivar tare rukma bharan viprasuta. To fulfill this promise, Lord has given in the Vedas, he said in the Bhagavad Gita, yada yada hi dharmasya galani bhakti bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sadyamyaham paritranaye sadhunam vinashaye cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaye sambhavami yugi yugi. Lord has promised, so he comes to fulfill the promise which he has given in the Vedas. He Vedare pratigya rakhivatare rukma bharan viprasuta. He assumed the form of molten gold. Lord Chaitanya. Rukma bharan viprasuta. As a son of a Brahman. Lord Chaitanya's father's name was Srila Jagannath Mishra. He appeared in a Brahman family. Mahaprabhu name, his name was Mahaprabhu Nadiya Mataya. What he did, he maddened the people of Navdeep Dham. They became mad after Krishna by his mercy. Sange Bhai Avduta. And he was accompanied by his elder brother Avduta Nityananda. Nityananda Bhagavan ki Gaurangani 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 Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga 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 Nityananda 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 Bolo Nityananda Bhagavan ki. Remember one thing, this Nityananda Bhagavan is more merciful than the Chaitanya. He's very, very kind, very merciful. Pray to him for the mercy of Gaurang Mahaprabhu and Radha Krishna. Sange Bhai Avduta. Then he's saying, Nanda Sudajini Chaitanya Gosai. One who was son of Nanda Maharaj, he has become Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Gosai. Nij Naam Karidan. What he is doing? They are distributing their own name. Nij Naam Karidan. Tarila Jagat Tumi Ho Jaiya. He has delivered the whole world. You also go to their lotus feet. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, Tumi Ho Jaiya Laha Nija Paritran. Get yourself delivered from the cycle of birth and death. Then, see Katha Suni Asi Jachinad. After hearing all this, Tumhara Charana Tale, I have come to your lotus feet. Bhakti Vinod Kandiya Kandiya Apna Khani Vale. With tears in his eyes, Bhakti Vinod telling his story to the whole world. Devotees, all of you are good people from India. Whole India is good. But unfortunately, we didn't get good politician, good leader. But now Krishna has sent a good leader. And he is trying to save our culture. He built up Ram Mandir, which was under dispute for 500 years, And he removed the Article 370 of Jammu and Kashmir. You people can also come. And Jammu and Kashmir is nice, heaven on earth. And buy the land there, stay there. And if you can come and stay with us. We have center in Srinagar also. We have center in Jammu, center in Udhampur also. Our headquarters is in Udhampur, which is in between Jammu and Kashmir. So, he's doing nice for our culture by Prabhupada's mercy. So all of you, please try to chant Hare Krishna. Those who are not chanting, start chanting. And how much we should chant? I generally say this. इतना जाप कर, बोलिए, कि हद कर दे, कि यमराज भी अपना खाता रद्द कर दे. You understood? Means we should chant so much that our account, which is with the Yamaraj, the superintendent of that, he should close our account. He should say, he is no more my customer. He has become Krishna's customer. Please repeat after me. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram Ram. Hare Hare. This Mahamantra, and to chant this Mahamantra nicely, you should chant 2 mantra more before you start chanting Mahamantra. One mantra before, repeat. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna. Chaitanya. Chaitanya. Prabhu Nityananda. Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita. Shri Advaita. Gadadhar. Gadadhar. Shri Vasadi. Shri Vasadi. Gaur Bhakta. Brinda. And this Panchatattva, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, he is Krishna himself. Proof is Bhagavatam. In the Bhagavatam it is mentioned about Lord Chaitanya. And in so many other scriptures also. Nityananda is Balram, Advaita Acharya Mahavishnu, Gadadhar Radha, and Srivasi Naradji incarnation in this age of Kali to help us to get out of this suffering condition. Please all of you try for getting out of this material world. Don't act in such a way that you are trying to make a permanent home in a temporary situation. We don't know when that end of our life will come. We have no idea. Nobody has any idea. So we are going to sit in very big examination, pariksha, examination, when we will be forced to leave everything. But to speak of husband, wife, children, wealth, home, bank balance, limousine, this, that. We are going to leave this body also behind. Yes or no?
Yes, Maharaj.
So then we have to prepare for that. If I lose little thing, oh, I lost this. What about when we will lose everything? Then it's very difficult. Eh? And preparation is Krishna consciousness. And before you start chanting Panchatattva, chant one mantra more. Please repeat after me. Nama Om, Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Pristhaya, Bhutale, Srimate, Bhakti Vedanta, Swami, Iti Namane, Namaste, Saraswati Deve, Gauravani, Pracharane, Nirvisesh, Shunyavadi, Paschatya Desh, Samasta Desh, Tarane. This is the obeisance to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada is there. He is the one who brought this Krishna consciousness to the Western world, and from the Western world took to India. All over India now, we have centers in Andhra Pradesh, in Tamil Nadu, in Madhya Pradesh, in Uttar Pradesh, in Bihar. You are from Bihar?
Yes, Maharaj.
Chhapra?
Muzaffarpur.
Muzaffarpur. I've been to Muzaffarpur. So all over, even in Jammu Kashmir also, we have few centers in Jammu, in Udhampur, and in Kashmir by Prabhupada's mercy. So all of you join this and help yourself to make your future bright. Future only be bright if at the time of departing from this material world. Are we going to depart, all of us, or not? Yes or no?
Yes, Maharaj.
Who's going to stay behind? All of you stay behind? Nobody can stay. You're all going to depart. When that time comes, I should be remembering Krishna and leaving this world, going back home, back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
सुबह का क्लास टेंपल में हो सकता है क्या 7 बजे सुबह हो सकता है भागवतम क्लास
Can you get that wireless microphone? I just want to make one small announcement. Wait there. No, there should be one up there. Yeah, right there, right there. Gauranga.
Hare Krishna, thank you. His Holiness Yogendra Swami Maharaj ki jai. Say it a little louder. His Holiness Yogendra Swami Maharaj ki jai. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. We are very fortunate to have the association of His Holiness. Very, very powerful devotee. So, little bit change in our program. Tomorrow evening we are going to have the program in temple. So all of you, please come and get the opportunity to associate with Maharaji. Also, in the morning we have Bhagavatam class.
What time in the evening?
So 7 p.m. Maharaji.
7 evening.
Tomorrow evening, yeah.
Tomorrow evening.
And morning class is at 7 a.m.
Yes.
Bhagavatam class. So we are going to have the Bhagavatam class from temple. And if you can come, please be there. Yeah, be there by 7 o'clock latest, so that we can start the class around 7 o'clock. The time is 7 o'clock because there are other devotees, as you can see, from all over the globe. They are watching the program. So that's why we want to have at 7 a.m. Please come at 7 o'clock and have the Bhagavatam class in the morning in temple. With that, thank you so much, Rami Reddy Prabhu, for sponsoring the program. Can we give a good round of applause to Rami Prabhu? And once again, we are going to sing His Holiness Yogendra Swami Maharaj, and we'll say really louder Jai, okay? His Holiness Yogendra Swami Maharaj ki Jai! His Holiness Yogendra Swami Maharaj ki Jai! The son founder Acharya, the savior of the whole world, His Divine Grace Prabhupada ki
Jai!
Assembled Bhakta Vrind ki
Jai!
Thank God, Premanandi. Thank you, dear devotees. Please make sure that you get the prasadam, and I'll see you tomorrow morning and then tomorrow evening again in the temple. So both the program tomorrow going to happen in temple.